Alien 3 is well known for having several story changes and rewrites over the years of its pre-production. There was William Gibson's version of Alien 3, which saw the focus shift to Hicks as the lead character amidst a futuristic arms race involving the Xenomorphs, and that, of course, has seen a huge resurgence in popularity due to its recent adaptations across various mediums. There was Vincent Ward's Alien 3, set on a wooden planet inhabited by monks, which was at least close enough in concept to warrant Ward a story credit in the final film. But even after it was decided it should take place on a prison planet, the script was revised and rewritten countless times. Normally that wouldn't necessarily be a problem, but in this case production had already begun and a release date was set, while a final draft was yet to be written. Writers such as David Twohy, Rex Pickett, and Larry Ferguson came and went throughout this process to put their own polish on the story with some wild changes along the way. Today we're going to take a look at one specific draft from December of 1990, credited to David Giler and Walter Hill. This has Ripley as the main character, it's within the prison setting of Fury 161, and it is reasonably close to what we could best classify as the final draft of the screenplay, and the subsequent assembly cut, which was released in 2003. There is quite a bit different in this draft, however, especially when it comes to the fates of its key characters, including Dylan, Andrews, 85, Golic, and Bishop 2. It is in this version that the scrapped idea of an alien hive inside the prison appears, and with it a shocking and dramatic end for two of the film's characters. Here's how the scene would have played out, taking place after Ripley unsuccessfully tries to get the transmission codes from Aaron. The scene essentially takes the place of Ripley's encounter with the alien in the basement. It begins with Dylan and Morse searching the assembly hall for further possible weapons. A torch, moving through the semi-darkness. Interior, assembly hall. Dylan and Morse enter. Morse: I'm telling you, I don't want an axe. Just give me something worth a shit, like a pulse rifle. This fucker will grab the axe out of your hand, then grab your hand. Dylan: quit bitching. There's a firebox over there on the left. Dylan has the axe in one hand, torch in another. Morse: holy Christ. The assembly hall has been transformed into an alien cocoon chamber. Walls and ceiling encrusted with alien mucus. Hive built around rotting corpses. A sound. Moaning. Low moaning. They're not dead. The cocoons, dozens of semi-transparent pods. Inside each, a prisoner's body. This is the meat locker. Andrews, off-screen. Help! They turn. Their torches illuminate Andrews, cocooned. Morse and Dylan both gaze upward. Fuck me. He starts forward. Dylan stops him. In the fine mist of the chamber, a narrow membrane, like a cross-section of laser light, encircles the cocoon chamber. It's like an alarm. Step in there and it knows we're here. What about Andrews? Too late. Please, kill me. Please. Dylan steps forward, touches the flame from his torch to the alien web. Andrew's cocoon is engulfed. Dylan and Morse watch as he is burned to a crisp. We burn it. All of it. Morse looks up at the ceiling, the circling flames. Soon the cocoon chamber is a pyre. The flames lick at the ceiling, catch the dry chambers. A screech from the alien. They look up. Assembly hall, far end of the burial chamber. The beast holds something in his hand. A man's torso. What's left of a prisoner. The beast lets it drop to the floor. Dylan throws his torch. It flies end over end, the length of the cocoon chamber. The alien's hand comes up. It smashes against his foreleg, covering him with a sheet of flame. It disappears behind a huge cement abutment. Interior, comm room. Ripley and Aaron, both now calm, but both still angry, sullen. Ripley: I can't get anything to go right around here. I can't even get one of you meatheads to kill me. I tried to get Dylan to do it. Aaron: Why? So the thing inside you would die? She nods. Right, no problem. I'll tell you what, if that's what you want, you kill the big bastard, I'll put your lights out. I'll even do it real painless. Promise. Nothing personal, you understand. I think you're okay. Thanks. Got any ideas? Ripley pours herself a glass of water. It won't kill me. Oh yeah? Why? It can't nail me without killing the new queen. You really want to bet this thing's that smart? It could have killed me twice, but it didn't. Then I'm sticking real close to you. You're the best shot I got. A fire bell goes off. Ripley looks at Aaron. Shit. A fucking fire. Interior, assembly hall, the cocoon chamber. Now an inferno, hundreds of pods fully ablaze. A shrill keening sound as the flames fully engulf the half-dead. Come on, let's get out of here. You go. Both of us. The inferno grows. Dylan shoves him back through the door, locks it from inside. Then, turning back to the ghostly, flickering incandescence, Dylan begins to pray softly, Morse pounding on the door. When evil draws near, it is evil that will fail. My body will be taken, but never my spirit. High above, at the very top, from out of the flames, the beast is moving. Far below, Dylan's voice. It is the light I seek. My eyes are closed to evil. All is now a blur through the flames. Something hits the floor behind Dylan. For I will be safe on the day of the beast. I am in your hands. I am ready to be judged. A shape rises up in front of him. Although evil surrounds me, I shall offer within a sacrifice of pure joy. My body will be taken, but never my spirit. The alien looming over him. I am ready to be judged. Now shouting, Dylan keeps his eyes closed. The beast has made me dwell in darkness. I will fear no evil. His voice cracks and trails off into nothingness. He's pushed his faith to the edge. In the hallway, opposite Morris's door. Rounding a corner, Ripley and Aaron appear. Ripley moves to a plexiglass window. Assembly hall, through smoke and fire. Dylan opens his eyes and sees Ripley. She's screaming something, but he can't hear. He glances over his shoulder, spotting the creature. Dylan suddenly lifts his axe, smashes at the beast, slices through one of its forelegs. In a flash, the alien strikes. Hallway, Ripley. Watching through the plexiglass, grabbing a fire extinguisher from the wall, she starts pounding it against the window. Assembly hall, smoke and fire. In his death throes, Dylan climbs reflexively to his feet, hacks away again at the beast. Savagely, the alien rips a hole in his chest, hurls his body backwards. Gathering it up, the creature drags it away. Hallway, Ripley. Helpless, she drops the fire extinguisher on the floor, watches the alien disappear through the flames, into an air duct with Dylan's body. In this version of the script, we see that Dylan's death is much earlier in the story, though it is somewhat similar to what appears in the final film. The concept of Dylan standing off against the alien remains the same. What's worth noting about Dylan's death overall, though, is that the final film version we see was never in any of the screenplays. A while back on the channel, I covered the alternate death of Dylan, where he escapes with Ripley out of the lead mold and then struggles to keep his promise to kill Ripley once they believe the alien is dead. The alien jumps out of the boiling lead and kills Dylan before it chases Ripley and is ultimately doused with the sprinklers, leading to its destruction. This version of Dylan's death, which appears in the novelization of the film and the comic book adaptation, is from the screenplay version, which is considered to be the final draft. Somewhere along the line in filming, it seems like this concept of standing off against the alien was revisited. Also previously on the channel, I explored the concept of a hive and cocoons within the prison. That was from a more polished draft, but the general idea was the same, but took place within the abattoir. That scene in any form would have been interesting to see in the film, but killing Dylan so early definitely changes up certain flows and dynamics as we enter into the bait and chase finale. The idea here seems to be that all of the prisoners, completely burnt out and wanting to hope for salvation from the rescue team, become united and inspired by Dylan's sacrifice. And remember that speech Dylan gives to the other prisoners that finally gets them to take one last shot to destroy the alien? Well, with Dylan obviously absent, it's actually Ripley who delivers the speech. From the screenplay. Morse. Let me get this straight. First you bring it here, then you don't warn us, then we have this great plan with the fire that gets half of us burned to death. Now you want to use us as bait for this fucker that won't kill you? Ripley. Yes, that's exactly right. Otherwise it gets all of you just like it got Dylan. Pause. I'm not trying to make this easy on you. This is the choice. You die sitting here on your ass, or maybe you die out there, but at least we take a shot at killing it. And maybe you even get even for Dylan and the others. Now how do you want it? Nice speech. I'll say it again. You got a better idea? A long silence. Fuck it. Let's go for it. In this December 1990 version, instead of sticking close to Dylan and making sure the plan goes accordingly, Ripley and Aaron become more closely aligned in the leadwork scenes. In essence, he takes the place of Dylan. The finale plays out similarly to what's in the final film. In this case, it's Ripley and Aaron who lure the alien into the mold. Aaron suffers a similar fate to Dylan in the film. Martin Asbury's storyboards give an idea of how the scene was meant to play out. Ripley and Aaron continue backing into the inner mold. Close-up, Ripley. She glances up. Ripley's POV. The inside of the mold. Overhead, she can see the gantry moving away. Pan down to the entrance as the alien enters. Ripley. Come on, you bastard. The alien withdraws into the shadows. Aaron. Now's your chance. Get going. He helps her start to climb up the sides of the mold. Close, Ripley. Her hand searching for a hold. Immediately, the alien moves fully into the mold. Interior, mold, high shot. Ripley climbs toward camera. The alien now in the mold. It approaches Aaron. He shouts up to Ripley. Keep going. Ripley looks down. Ripley's POV. The alien moving close to Aaron. Ripley climbs out, secures herself on the ledge, reaches down to help Aaron. Ripley's POV. Aaron trying to reach her. The alien advancing fast. Closes in on him. The beast's inner jaw slides out. Its tongue explodes into Aaron's head. We can see that in this version, Aaron's death is very close to Dylan's death in the final film. While Dylan's death was different in the final draft of the script, this seems to be the concept they went back to for the film version. The main difference here, other than the fact that the characters are swapped, is that Aaron doesn't make a grand stand against the alien in an act of sacrifice. When it comes to the film version, Dylan's death appears to be a combination of his final stand in the cocoon chamber and Aaron's death here. But if Dylan is dead before the last act, and Aaron is present for the bait-and-chase finale, then who is guiding the company to the leadworks at the end? Who essentially swaps the place of Aaron? In this version, it's actually Golic. His role is even bigger in this draft, and the crazy bastard makes it all the way to the end of the movie. Quite a bit different from the theatrical cut, where Golic pretty much goes missing from the story after Clemens is killed in the infirmary. The assembly cut paints a much different picture of the character and causes a good deal of trouble later on in the plot. This version of the script, to a point, is fairly close to what we see with the character in the assembly cut. Golic becomes fascinated with the alien. He's later set free from his restraints by Morse. He kills the guard watching over the waste tank and sets the alien free. As we see in the assembly cut, Golic is killed, but in this version the alien takes off, leaving him unharmed. This then leads to further Golic carnage, where he believes to be partnered with the alien in order to fulfill some grand plan. Golic begins to stalk the halls of the prison, and quite literally stalks Ripley. The scene where she and Aaron discover the alien embryo within the EEV, Golic is revealed to have been hiding and watching from afar the entire time. He also commits further murders. In a scene meant to take place after Ripley pleads with Dylan to take her life, Golic attacks a group of prisoners in a very horror movie-esque moment. Some context for this scene. Another of many differences in this version is that not all of the surviving prisoners decide to make their way to the furnace. As we do end up seeing in the assembly cut, prisoner William has a little bit of a tense standoff against Dylan, disagreeing with his plan to remain in the assembly hall. This draft takes this even further, with William leading a mutiny of sorts, fending off the xenomorph and waiting for the company's arrival on his own terms. William is joined by Eric, Gregor, named Christopher in this draft, and another prisoner in the abattoir. But they're not alone for long. Interior, abattoir. Eric, William, and Christopher, bandaged from his burns, stand waiting. The security door opens. Eric. Okay, we got food, a couple of survival kits, all the disinfectant I could get out of the bug wash. Prisoner 1 slams the door shut. They spread disinfectant around the doors. William. He ain't gonna come in here with all this disinfectant. No fucking way. He's a bug, and he ain't gonna bring his ass in here. Christopher. Tell me again. Fuck you, man. Believe it. We got it made. Them other dumb bastards back there in the cell block gonna get the chop. We got food, no fucking air conditioner for him to drop out of. Across the way, one of the lights goes off. Then another. What the fuck is that? What's it look like? Looks like the fucking light went off. Right. Yeah, okay. Well, who turned the fuckers off? Another light goes off. Who's turning off the fucking lights? Turn them back on. Right. I wonder who's turning them off. Maybe they just burned out. Maybe. Bullshit. Where's the circuit breaker? I didn't know there was one. Me neither. Another light goes off. Fuck it, somebody tell me who's turning them off. It ain't the fucking beast. You don't give a shit if the lights are on or off. Okay, then you go turn the fuckers back on. Another light goes off. He's right, it ain't the fucking beast. Doesn't make sense. They're probably on some automatic timer. I'm telling you, bullshit. I've been here 10 years and I never heard about no automatic timer. Besides, if we had one, it wouldn't work. What the fuck do you know? I know I never heard nothing about no automatic timer. You didn't know nothing about any circuit breaker either, right? So go turn them back on. Fuck you. You go do it. The room is now very dark, the far walls no longer visible through the gloom. Come on, I'll go. Somebody go with me. Long pause. Come on, we just can't stand here like dumb fucks. Fuck it, I'll go with you. They bump elbows in a bonding gesture, move off through the dark. It's an automatic timer, that's what did it. Another prisoner. Right. William calls out. Hey, you guys find anything? No response. Hey! Answer me! Voice from afar. So far we can't find Dick. It's too goddamn dark. Just fucking answer when I yell, okay? Don't get cute. Turns back to prisoner 3. Fucking wise guys. Except it's not another prisoner. He's on the floor with his throat cut. Golic is standing there, holding his butcher knife. As usual, he's smiling. Golic. It's your time. Me and the beast. We're a team. Golic. Hey buddy, it's me. Golic stabs him straight through the heart. Voice from afar. You guys got any fucking idea where this circuit breaker is? Golic turns, heads after the voice through the dark. Thus, in this draft, Golic's killing spree continues, and the rest of the prisoners participate in the bait and chase in the leadworks. Similar to what we see in the final film with Aaron, the action cuts back to Golic, meeting with the company once they arrive. In a scene that would also be storyboarded, Bishop 2 enters the bugwash with the WEYLAND YUTANI commandos and encounters Golic. Exterior, entrance to the Fury complex. The company men arrive, guns ready. Close, the company men's feet descend metal steps. Interior, bugwash. Golic watching as the door explodes inward. 6 commandos and 2 medical officers enter. The commando team covers the area with pulse rifles. The captain steps forward, looks at Golic. The captain is a dead ringer for the android Bishop. He sees the dead bodies across the way. Bishop 2. You got a name? Golic. Right, sir. Prisoner Golic, 137512. 3 years to go, sir. Got something to show you, sir. Very important. You're taking me to Lieutenant Ripley? Right this way. Right this way. Interior, abattoir. A soldier bends down over one of the dead prisoners. Company man. Throats cut, sir. All of them. Serves him right. What goes around comes around. Know what I mean? Where is everybody? Not many of us left, sir. The dragon got him. Served him right. What about Lieutenant Ripley? Don't know, sir. But I know where she went. You guys got anything to eat? Interior, prison complex. Track in front of Bishop as he and the Weyland Yutani soldiers stride through the complex. As the film approaches its finale with Ripleys Sacrifice, Golic is also present along with Bishop 2. Also storyboarded, this scene presents a much different final moment for each of these characters. On the gantry. Dragging herself upright, Ripley grips the railing and glances down at the furnace. Its cross-like shape blurs, slipping in and out of focus. Suddenly, she's sick again. Turning, she sees Bishop 2 and his group appear below. Bishop 2 starts moving towards her, gazing upward. Her voice cuts through the sweltering heat. Ripley, don't come any closer. Bishop 2, stopping. Ripley, wait. Stay where you are. He stands still. The others move in behind him. Another wave of nausea overcomes Ripley. Bishop 2 gives her a small, comforting smile. You know who I am? Yeah, a droid. Same model as Bishop. I'm not an android. I designed it. I'm the prototype. But I'm very human. I was sent here to show you a friendly face, and to demonstrate how important you are to us. Please, come down. You just want to take it back. Golic appears from behind a column. We want to take you home. We don't care what happens to it. We know what you've been through. Golic. I hate droids. Bishop 2 glances over to Golic, a look of quick contempt. Shut up. Bullshit. You just want what's inside me. I won't lie to you. I know you don't want to be patronized. We do care about it. After all, it's the last one in the universe, and it's a perfect organism. Its structural perfection is matched only by its hostility. We admire its purity. On the gantry. Resolute, she hits the control box. Slowly, the giant crane starts to move, heading out over the furnace. Bishop 2 and the rest stand riveted below. The heat is murderous. Ripley, I only have your best interest at heart. We can surgically remove the fetus. You're going to have a long, productive life. He holds out his hand, an almost beatific gesture. Golic now moves very close to Bishop 2. He's totally freaked out. I hate droids. They're so full of shit. Bishop 2, upward to Ripley. Trust me. Wham! Golic hits Bishop 2 in the middle of the head with Dylan's axe. Bishop 2 stands there frozen, then turns to Golic. Axe struck in his head. No wires, no milk, real blood. Bishop 2. I am not a droid! And dies. Ripley, looking down. Below, 2 other company men. Blam! Blam! One kills Golic instantly, with a pulse rifle. The other starts to examine Bishop 2's body. Not even Bishop 2 makes his way out of this one. To look at this draft of Alien 3 offers a fascinating glimpse into the efforts made into defining the film as we finally see it. Whether the theatrical version released into the world is a good movie or not, or the 2003 assembly cut version is good or not, certainly lies with your own personal opinion. No doubt, this production was a struggle for all those involved, but I think they ultimately landed on the right choices with these characters. I love the idea of an alien creating a cocoon chamber, but it all resulting in a blistering inferno seems a little redundant considering the quininitracetylene explosion set piece that only occurred a few scenes prior. I like the idea of Dylan standing off against the alien, but I like it better in the context we actually see it right near the end with Dylan by Ripley's side until he has no choice. The idea of Aaron as the company man, the outsider, I think plays into his decision to wait and greet the rescue team much more naturally. Having him involved in the Leadworks finale just doesn't feel consistent with the character and where his arc is going. But in the final film, he gets his own moment of redemption when he finally decides to go against the company by attacking Bishop 2. It would have been an interesting twist of fate, though, to have Bishop 2 killed by Gallic. They're all so concerned with capturing this dangerous, unpredictable creature in the xenomorph that the slightest notion of them having to deal with a dangerous, unpredictable killer completely eludes them. And maybe Bishop 2 dying provides some sense of justice at the end, but I don't think the film's intention was to have people feeling all that good and cheery at the end, so maybe Ripleys Sacrifice is just enough. But I think the most proper fate for Gallic lies within the assembly cut version of the film. Killed by the alien, and rightly so. You can't reason with it, bargain with it, and you sure as hell can't make friends with it. The fate is much deserved, and it makes enough sense that his path ends where it ends. But maybe you disagree. Are any of these alternate fates preferable to you than what we got in the final version of the movie? And why? Please comment below and share your thoughts. And as always, I'd like to thank you very much for watching today. I really appreciate it. And if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to leave it a like, and be sure to subscribe to the channel to keep up with future videos. My very special thanks goes out to Brandon James, Grizz4756, Ronni Jensen, and XenoShadowMorph, Queen Tiers of the Patreon Hive. Thank you to Gregory Ford and John Griggs, the Hive's Praetorians. And a very special thanks goes out to Lady Anne in the Ellen Ripley Tier of Excellence. Last but certainly not least, we have our Weyland YUTANI executives of the Hive, Michael Cole, Nicholas Butta, and Wesley A. Weaver Jr. If you'd like to join the Hive and support the channel, check out my Patreon page for exclusive posts and contests. In the meantime, you can catch up with Alien Theory over social media, follow @alien_theory on Twitter and @alientheoryyt on Facebook and Instagram for more. And until next time, this is Alien Theory, signing off.